What's up, everyone in social media land and YouTube? We got Josh Rugger, Dan Scoff, and we are ready to tell you about the weather because we got some heavy rain that's coming in, wouldn't you say?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you already saw the graphic. We're not going to waste much time here. I've got a weather talk that I have to do, and I have to prepare my speech for tomorrow. So let's get to it here and show you the excessive rainfall forecast. And this does include the potential for flash flooding. Now, is this going to be a major, significant, heavy historic rain event? Probably not. There's going to be 2, possibly as much as 3 inches of rain. I think 3 inches might be on the high end, but I think there's going to be the potential for some localized flooding. So we just wanted to give you an update. Hey, let's give a shout out to Jeff Music. Jeff. Yeah, very cool. Good evening. Good evening to you. Larry says big storms for next week. It looks like it does, and we're going to highlight that. We've been talking about that. What did I yesterday? I mentioned that.
Yep.
And we dove into that, but the models are going to continue to come back with more and more. TJ says hi, everyone, and I say hi, hello, everybody. Hello. Why don't you go in there and say hello to everybody? You know a movie? Come on, please. You got that. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Yeah, she's totally out of it.
What about fried
Grace? She passed away 30 years ago. All right, so let's get to the timing on this. Oh, for goodness sakes. The blessing. Oh, that movie's so classic. By the way, there's someone in the Bentonville Christmas parade that's going to be decking out their car like crazy. So
I've seen that, by the way.
You've seen it, or you've seen the video?
Well, I've seen it in person.
Really?
The decked out car. The decked out.
Getting ready?
Yeah. Well, no, I've seen it before in the past.
Oh, okay.
A few years ago, I was at Smitty's garage, and Uncle Eddie's RV was out there.
Yeah, Cousin Eddie's son. Cousin, I always say Uncle Eddie. And I always get corrected. That's why I know it's Cousin Eddie. But that there is an RV. All right, so let's look at enough wasting time. So here's the deal. First of all, it's real foggy out there, and the fog is exactly where the front is. So check this out. We got a new way to bounce to cameras really quickly. Yeah, that actually is a camera. It doesn't look like it. You can barely see the tree line there. But yes, that is in fact a weather camera.
So much fog. Look at the Grand Hotel camera.
So we'll look at the Graduate Hotel camera. There's it is. Very foggy. Wow, look at how quick we can bring up those cameras.
And Pinnacle Parkway.
How about Decatur? Decatur, not too bad.
Not too foggy.
Pinnacle Parkway, definitely foggy. That's loading up instantly.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got some new stuff. So, all right, back to our weather graphics. It's really foggy. Claustrophobic like. It almost is like the mist. I'm going to show you a time lapse, but here's the reason we're going through the fog, because this front that's coming through causing the fog, and not only that, it's going to be the focusing mechanism for rain and storms. So here is a look at that front lifting northward. We got widespread rain that's popping up by the afternoon, and then watch what happens Wednesday night. Very heavy rain starts to move in.
Ooh,
now, the models, they kind of going back and forth. So the camera in Decatur, David, is on City Hall. So it's right on City Hall. And we can move it. It's a pan-tilt zoom camera. Look at that wave of energy that comes in during the early morning hours. So that is going to be a downpour. And look, that's right along the front.
It's probably a few rumbles of thunder, too.
Yeah, I think definitely some rumbles of thunder. So, Alexis, no severe weather in Western Grove tomorrow. However, Monday night, now it's hard to say if it's going to be exactly in Western Grove, but Western Grove will be under the threat for severe weather.
There will be the potential for severe weather.
Yeah, we'll watch that for sure. Now, there's that rain. It finally moves out by Thursday late morning. So, I was kind of a little dumbfounded looking at some other forecasts and not seeing 100%. I mean, there's no place that's not going to receive rain. Every single area in the weather coverage area is going to see rain.
Yeah. If you don't have 100% tomorrow, I don't know what you're looking at.
You should.
You should. How about that?
So look at this here. there is the 2-day precipitation forecast, and that's to the top of the charts.
And it's for a long time too.
100.
You know, a lot of the times Danny called the little mountain.
Yeah, the little
mountain
peak.
This is a flat mountain.
This is a
just-
plateau.
yeah, this is a plateau.
Yeah. So we've got the 100% chance for several hours picking up across the area. And you saw that on the future track. Now, the River Valley, a little interesting. And by the way, we adjust this. This is not computer model driven. This is adjusted
Manual.
by us. So, and you can actually see when the model started adding data towards the
Yeah,
end.
it's a little bump there.
It's a little bump.
It's gonna keep dropping.
It's
both
going to
the
drop,
afternoon.
yeah, by Thursday afternoon. So that's what we're looking at right there. So let's go back to, first of all, how about this comment right here?
Yeah.
Jeff says, imagine if it was below freezing.
Yeah. Big time snowstorm.
Did you know that 9 years ago we did have a big snowstorm exactly to this day?
We did.
December 5th through the 6th. It was a big snow event and ice in the River Valley. How many of you remember that? Give me a shout and give me a comment if you remember that big snowstorm. It was also a winter storm. It wasn't just a snowstorm. I know this guy does
I do
because
remember.
back in the day, he did YouTube videos, which was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, I
So
had a little bit of a crack in my voice. Still do a little bit. Like, you can hear a lot of cracks in my voice.
yeah, well, same here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Rugger at a young age. So let me show you the computer models here. We'll go through them all, and we'll show you here that, hey, Deanna, she remembers that. Yeah, it was a big one. So 1.55, this is the graph showing a bullseye of heavy rain. Now, that graph model doesn't quite have Fayetteville in the heavy rain. I do think there's going to be a localized heavy corridor of rain. The European has been showing that as well. You also see the GFS 2.05, Tulsa at a 2.14, and then the NAM shows also heavy rain, but this is a little bit lifted north. Now, will that happen? That remains to be seen. I think that's a little too aggressive
north.
in lifting that front northward.
NAM's got a north bias.
Part of the reason is, we've got the front that's lingering, and those fronts don't lift north as fast as possible.
Yeah, they're slowly. It's
because of the fog that's going to keep it meandering, and so
you saw it on the time lapse.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, speaking of the time lapse, I didn't show
Yeah.
on that. You got to see
Yeah.
this.
You want to see some fronts in action? This
Actually,
is
I'm going to
fronts in
go. I'm going
action.
to set this up here in the meantime because I'm going to set this up. I'm
Yeah.
going to increase this by 15 seconds so you have this a little bit longer lasting. I'm going to go all the way through. Let's go back to noon. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if that's a good time lapse. Yeah.
Heck
All right.
yeah.
You ready for some cool stuff? By the way, and Saturn, I see your comments about Kirstie Alley. She was a legend. You probably have never seen this movie. Look Who's Talking, but it is a
I've not.
classic.
Uh-huh.
And look who's talking now. And I'm going through a destructive phase. That's one of the quotes in there.
Well, that's a great quote to describe what the weather pattern's doing right now.
Yeah.
It was in a calm phase
Yeah.
all summertime, and now it's like, all right,
And I
destruction
am
mode.
going through a destructive phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Look Who's Talking is a classic, and John Travolta is so good in that movie too. Mikey
Oh,
is
yeah.
the baby. Bruce Willis plays the baby, and he's the voice. And so the bass is the baby's like basically speaking, but his voice. It's really a cute
That's
movie.
funny.
That's really
The
good.
baby's talking.
The beginning is funny too. I'll just say that. You got to see the beginning of the movie because it's hilarious. I remember seeing that in the movie. Golly, I'm old. All right,
Now,
back
was
to the time lapse.
Did the
here.
baby have like an adult voice?
Yeah,
Is
Bruce
it-
Willis is the voice.
You know what that reminds me of?
Yeah.
That Disney movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Oh
And
yeah,
The baby at the beginning, like,
Yeah.
talking. Like
Yeah,
a really
exactly.
gruff voice. That's really
it's
funny.
real similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So watch this time lapse here. This is from Mount Sequoia. This is so cool. So first of all, you're going to see what are called standing waves, right?
See the sheer.
There, you're going to see standing waves start to develop right there. So I paused it because these are standing waves. And you see they're not moving in north to south direction, but they are moving with the parallel to the flow. Then you're going to see this fog start to roll in. Watch this. When we get to the very end, I'm going to kind of step through it slowly. So here's the front coming through. First of all, you can see the wind shift. Watch the wind shift in the low levels. I'm backing up again. But you're going to see this wind shift that takes place. And now watch as the front comes in right here, right about 8 o'clock. That, by the way, was the Razorbacks barely squeaking a win tonight
against UNC Greensboro.
UNC Greensboro, which, by the way, they came to play for
They
sure.
did.
But look at that front coming in. Now watch this as the cloud deck starts lowering here, right towards the end of this time lapse. Right there. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, look at that. Gone.
She gone.
The whole entire visibility of the area is gone. So let's go back here and we'll look at that again. There it is. There it is. And then
That's
that
wild.
is gone. That really does look like the movie The Mist. By the
It
way.
does. It
Yeah.
really does.
Very, very cool time lapse. All right. So now let's talk about what's happening for Saturday, because I know a lot of people wondering what's going on with the weather Saturday. So we showed you the timing for the rain. We've got the rain chances. Let's break this down for you. The Mist. It does look like the
The
movie,
Mist.
which, by the way, is not so good of a movie, but
It's a
there were
mean
some
movie.
cool effects.
Yes.
So 100% chance of rain tomorrow and Thursday, mainly in the morning, though. It's not all day Thursday.
Yeah.
Friday, we get a break. Saturday, we got rain coming in the morning.
Yep.
Mainly morning into
but
the early
some
afternoon.
lingering showers.
And what do you think about Sunday?
I think those will probably drop off tomorrow. I don't think there'll be any rain.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh, we did drop that off.
No, we dropped.
Oh,
it to
yeah, no.
20, just
We
in
did.
case.
Yeah, we did. Monday and Tuesday, this is when that event organized.
That's where some uncertainty comes to play. I'll
Yeah.
say this: out of the 3 systems, this one that's coming tomorrow, Saturday, and Monday, Tuesday, the Saturday one's like by far the third least impactful. Like it's
Yeah.
the least impactful out of all of them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so watch this here on the future track. So rain tomorrow night into Thursday morning. That's the heavy stuff.
That's a low res model showing that big time heavy rain.
Yeah, that shows you. And then Friday,
Here comes the next system.
so there's the system coming in. I got to pause it right here so you can see it coming in early Saturday morning,
That one's kind of in and out.
lasting until Saturday early afternoon. Then it's gone. So Deanna's asking about Sunday. I think Sunday's going to be good. However, I do have a concern with such a strong system. A lot of times the models don't show rain and it ends up raining the day before a big severe weather event.
Oh, and maybe we need to
Just because that energy is a little bit more than expected, and therefore that's why you're seeing that.
maybe we do need to keep the 20%. Just in
I
case.
still think so. All right,
Yeah.
so now here's where you get a conundrum. The models are showing nothing Monday night, but then watch what happens on Tuesday. So Tuesday, this system explodes as it comes through. But this is saying all the way Tuesday night. But here's the issue.
Mhm.
The European model removes the instability. So now you got waffling back and forth on the severe weather potential.
And the reason it removes the instability is because it has the Saturday system that moves through, moving a little bit further southeast, which scours out the Gulf of Mexico, which keeps the greater instability from getting here into northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. However, when you really dive into the models, Dan, and we did, it does not look like a realistic scenario at all, what it's showing. Things don't
No.
line up properly.
And Saturn said, "We are watching you from Greensboro, North Carolina, gentlemen."
Ah,
Well,
it's
and UNC Greensboro, they played well tonight. They
came
really
to
did.
play.
And
They got some ballers.
they led 29 minutes of the game.
I mean, they dominated the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they won at every single statistical category except for the final score.
Free throws, they didn't.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess we can't blame the refs for that.
All right. So going back to this, or maybe you can. You can thank the refs.
You can thank the refs. I mean, that's a makeup for the Creighton game.
All right. So there's the rain coming in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Same thing. This is the GFS model, by the way.
Which does a better job.
So let's see. There's the rain Saturday in the morning hours, clearing out Saturday afternoon.
Notice how it moves further.
See how
onto the
that front
east?
doesn't really scour out the Gulf? And then I don't think it does, because look at what happens Monday
There
night.
you go. And by the way, I know that when you look at this map, it looks like there's a big blob of rain over us. These are going to be supercells.
These are going to be
These are
thunderstorms.
going to be
Yeah.
thunderstorms. These are going to be little cells, probably close to multi-cell mode.
I don't think there's going to be severe on Sunday. There could be severe Monday morning elevated storms potentially with this energy coming in. They're so strong, and remember the models can't decipher all of the energy. It just doesn't. That's
Well-
just something that it's always struggled
Well,
with.
here's my question to you then: if we have some elevated storms Monday morning, Dan,
Yeah,
would that limit the severe risk just a little bit?
could, but and that might what it
Or
might do is limit
elevate
the
it.
well, what it might do is limit the risk category because of the uncertainty as to how much instability there will be.
But you know what it could do? It could also increase it because then you get an outflow boundary that forms on one of those storms, and then it just goes nuts.
It's a help and hurt kind of deal. But
Yep.
Here's a look at the water vapor. Look at this. My goodness, is this active? And I think this is our system right here. Or maybe, no, actually, I take it back. I think this is the system.
Yeah, it's probably up there getting
Yeah.
rolling.
There it is right there. So check this out as we look at this weather system that's coming in. Oh, you're going to see this right here. All right. So there's the energy. This is our rainmaker for tomorrow and into our Thursday morning. See that
Here
energy?
it comes.
I mean, come on. First of all, the models aren't picking up on this right here. So they're, of course, underdoing the rain totals, in my opinion. They stink at this type of weather pattern that's coming into the Baja coast. Look at that energy swinging in. This is a notorious weather pattern for models blowing it.
You know what this system's doing right now on us, Dan? It's flexing on us.
It's flexing, huh? This is the one that's
Yeah.
flexing.
That's Marshawn Lynch right there.
But see, this doesn't make sense. How are you going to scour out the Gulf like that?
See, that
With
doesn't even have
westerly
it moving.
flow.
That doesn't even have it moving southeast,
I know.
and it wants to do that. That's crap.
The only thing is might be this ridge. See how it ridges out?
Mm-hmm.
That's a potential.
No, that could happen. I could see that happening.
So, yeah.
Not the other scenario.
So it's not going to freeze, but it does by the end of the week. This is when it starts freezing right here.
Ooh.
There's some cold air coming in.
And this system means business with
Yep,
cold air.
yep. All right, Deanna's leaving. So before you leave, Deanna, hold on.
Don't leave.
We're dragging our feet. Here's the day 7 severe weather outlook. Now let me say that again. Day 7.
Yep.
This is the official outline from the Storm Prediction Center on day 7, not something we've highlighted.
Right.
This is their outlook, which means that the confidence 7 days out is showing severe weather potential.
And this will be updated within the next few hours or so for day 6.
Yeah.
Because we'll be one day closer to the end.
I do imagine there's going to be some adjustments because the European's too fast. Actually, the European's too slow, but it
European's too
doesn't show
slow.
enough instability. This is what I think the surface pattern is going to look like. This is a full-fledged, what we call warm sector severe weather event because you've got the warm front, you've got the dry line, you've got the cold front, the surface low. The only thing I might not have drawn properly is I think the surface low may be up here,
Just a little further north.
a little farther north. Yeah.
So not exactly a triple point, but kind of.
Yeah.
The surface low is too far north, right, for it to be a triple point over us.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
get the warm sector and you get the dry line off to the west,
Yeah.
and you got some trouble.
Remember what you said about the drought situation
Yeah.
coming back to bite us again, even more.
Yeah. Now explain that.
Yeah.
So we've got
because-
really dry conditions,
Out
the exceptional
west.
drought out west.
And the dry line's going to advance further east because of that, because of the dry soil, right, or the lack of moisture
Yeah.
on the surface. So the dry line advances a little bit further east. It gets closer to northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, which typically doesn't happen a lot. It doesn't
No.
advance that far east. And when that does, and you see those really explosive thunderstorms that happen in the plains during the springtime, it happens right along the dry line. So if the closer the dry line is to you, the more unstable you are.
Which
So-
happened on March 12th of 2006. That was the big Bentonville Centerton tornado event. The
and-
dry line made it all the way into eastern Oklahoma
In 2011 too.
in 2011 as
Mhm.
well. That's
an
why we
exceptional drought.
saw a lot of all the severe weather. 2006, 2012 were big time droughts. Yeah. So, anyways,
I thought that blew
there's
my
the
mind
risk
when I heard
outline.
that. I heard you mention that.
When I saw this, the day 7, now about maybe a few times a year, the Storm Prediction Center issues an outlooked area on a day 7. It's not very often, folks. To give you an example, there was a day 7 outlook for the November 4th severe weather event.
There was, and there was also a day 7 for the tornado outbreak in Dixie Alley just a week ago.
Yeah.
Though that one started here in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, remember?
And then started to shift
to east.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen with this.
No, it doesn't look like it will because
anything,
that jet stream energy, it will make its way westward.
If anything, it will shift west instead of east.
And northward.
Yeah.
I think it goes all the way into southeast Kansas, southwest Missouri.
Storm chase mode activated.
All right. So last thing, forecast real quick, just a quick breakdown of what you can expect. Oh, there is one more thing. I want to test some audio. We did some configuring on our computer. We're running this streaming on a different computer. Is that yours? Sounded like bedtime.
It said bedtime reminder.
Really?
Uh-oh. It says time to wind down, Josh.
That would be really nice. It sounded like a lullaby there.
It said, I'm about to fall
Ding,
asleep.
ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, so 7-day forecast. This is what we've got. Rain tomorrow, all day, especially late afternoon into the evening.
Yep.
Thursday, overnight Wednesday is the heaviest rain. Thursday morning, rain. Friday, no rain. Clears out. But then you'll see Saturday, a little bit of rain in the morning. Sunday, mostly PM, as there could be a little bit of energy that the models don't show. Monday and Tuesday. Now, I think Monday we're a little too warm, a little too cool on the temperatures. Cold. Yeah, I think it's going to be warmer.
Because yesterday we had it at 60, 62 today. I'll probably bump it up to like 66.
Yeah, I think that's looking more likely.
Yeah.
And those morning lows, Monday morning will probably be in the low 60s. Upper 50s, low 60s. Yeah. But we just don't know
there's a lot of
what day this will be, whether it's Monday or Tuesday.
Because if it's Tuesday, then it'll be warmer on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then the front's going to pass through a little bit later.
But that's what we're looking at for the Northwest Arkansas area. 100% all day, heavy rain, especially during the midday to late evening on Wednesday. Flash flooding, it's potential. It's potential, yeah. So if we look at the rainfall forecast, it's one thing I did not show. Okay, Deanna, you can leave now if you want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you have to go, but you can't stay here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. I'm not saying you have to go, but I know you wanted to. So let's look at the rain totals.
My watch said it was bedtime. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, what is it? Like a lullaby?
And look, now it's in sleep mode. It thinks I'm asleep now.
Shh.
Okay, I'm gonna get my pillow out of the car.
Okay, so here we go. Not Friday night. So there's the forecast right there. So this is the 7-day precipitation forecast. This keeps adjusting, by the way, and it keeps moving west.
It gets juicier.
So this, by the way, is you know what contour this is? Take a guess what contour this is. Let's see how good you guys are with colors. Give me a shout on comments. Is this 2 to 2.5? Is it 2 to 3 or 2.5 to 3? Is it 3.5 to or 3 to 4? Is it 4 to 5? Or is it 5 to 7?
They just say, forget about those quarters and halves. We're just going to go up by inches now.
Yeah. So which one is that? Over most of Northwest Arkansas, what is that range? 3 to 4, 4 to 5.
Ooh, we got some different answers.
Yeah.
Winter gets a Baja Blast freezy, virtually.
Yeah, virtual. What kind of good is that? David's saying 3 to 1. 3 to 1 in Saturn.
Hey,
3-1. Maybe that's karaoke night. 2 to 4, 4 to 5.
Wow.
It is, in fact. Dun, 4 to 5, in fact. Because if you look, this is a darker color. So this is 2.5 to 3. this right here, the orange color, that's 3 to 4 right there. That's 4 to 5. This right here
5 to 7.
is 5 to 7.
Yeah.
So there is a little bullseye of 5 to 7. Now keep in mind this changes. And remember, this is 7 days. This isn't just the rain event that we have. But man, a lot of rain.
That's intense.
That's a lot for 7-day forecast.
That's not Will Smith.
That's
That's
hot.
not. That's not.
That's hot.
That's wet.
That's
That's wet.
That's wet. That's very
That's
wet. All right. Oh wow, we say. So speaking of, dang, I should have had my glasses on. They were close. How about this? We will be performing, singing, dancing. Also, we are going to be performing at Karaoke Night Sawmill in Greensboro, North Carolina.
Can we come?
So for the one person that's probably watching from Greensboro and Saturn, we appreciate it.
Yes.
Dude, rock it out. What's your song? Tell me what song you're singing. It's all about song choice if
That's
you're doing karaoke.
What's your go-to, Dan?
You
What's
know,
number one.
I was thinking, well, I mean, can't go wrong with Friends in Low Places.
I mean, that's like the classic.
But I'm thinking a little Aha, Take On Me would get the crowd going.
Yeah.
A little 80s music. Take on me, take on me. And then it gets really high when he goes, take me on.
I got a good one for you if you want to get a high voice.
I'll be gone. Super high. So, anyways.
I got one for you as well if you want to have a really high voice.
Okay.
My Maria.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
My dad can nail
My
that.
Maria. You're talking about the Brooks and Dunn song?
Yep.
Okay.
Maria.
Maria.
Yeah. MC Cumulus
no,
in the
I
house.
can't take on more than 2. I know, exactly. We got a lot of rain coming our way. So we're having fun now. Tomorrow will be business. Josh is going to be doing the early shows.
I will.
And then after that, I'm going to be doing all the shows for a while.
Yeah, all the evenings.
Zach Gilday is going to be off. He's flying the coop for the severe weather event. It's getting out of here right before
Skedaddle.
it happens.
I'll be doing all the mornings though.
Oh, how about this? So, N Saturn said we will be performing a New Kids on the Block song. A New Kids on the Block song. Didn't I blow your mind? Maybe. Maybe you blew the mind.
Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata. That's a good one.
Wonderful phrase.
You know another one I like too? I like Tennessee Whiskey. It's a good song to sing.
Oh, yeah. Man, you're naming all the great ones.
Yeah,
man.
if you can sing that karaoke,
See,
because it goes boom, 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 boom.
how you doing? Yes.
How you doing, Lilia? Good?
Doing
Good.
Yes.
All right. David keeps asking, will we see any more snow soon?
David loves that snow.
That's a good question.
Yes.
You know what? Here's the deal. We've got some cold weather coming after this system, and the weather pattern's going to flip, and I think we've got a colder weather pattern that's ahead. So, will the cold air be with a winter precipitation?
Potentially.
Remains to be seen.
Yes.
But with the active weather pattern that we have, with the systems that have been coming through, with the cold air in place, the odds are in your favor.
Yeah, they are. And I'll tell you this. Let me get a little bit more.
And I'll be off, so of course it's going to snow.
For the
like
40
crazy.
people that are still here, I'm
Yeah.
going to get a little intense.
Okay.
If the cold air, is trending in the right direction, it will stick around for late December, around Christmas time. And if we can get a shot of precipitation,
Here's how you want to make it. You want to make it a white Christmas? Do a deal where every person that signs up for something gets a free car. That's what happened in Tulsa in 2009. And
Yeah.
lo and behold,
went-
December 25th, 2009,
it went
the
ape.
weather's like, oh, you think it. All right. Bam.
It went ape. It
By the
went
way,
ape
too, it
mode.
had to be a foot of snow.
Yeah.
And it ended up being a foot of snow on
And-
Christmas.
And I got to see that in 2012 down in Hot Springs. I got to get almost a foot of snow during Christmas.
Why does everybody love snow so much? I mean, it is
Um,
cool. It is pretty, but it's a mess to drive in. People have a trouble driving as it is.
I guess some people get off work. Maybe
Oh yeah.
you get off work. Well, I mean,
Well, kids don't have snow days anymore.
yeah, exactly. And
It's
adults,
AMI, alternative methods instruction,
right?
as they pivot. That was
Pivot.
that was frustrating. Oh, you traveled.
Oops. Oh yeah, like Drew Timmy
Yeah.
for Gonzaga. He travels all the time.
Yeah, he
Go look at his
does.
pivot foot.
Yep. It's always sliding.
Always.
All right. Us northern folks like snow. I hear you, David. I think that the cold air will be arriving. Let's take a look at the 6 to 10 and the 8 to 14 day outlooks, shall we? Let's see what we got. So 6 to 10 day. Boy, a lot of New Kids on the Block songs for
There
N
is.
Saturn. I think he's got their whole entire repertoire.
He's like the pro. Like, you know how you're the pro on.
What did I sing? I sang, what was it? New Kids, I Want It That Way. That was Backstreet Boys.
You're like the
That
pro
was
on
terrible.
On Megadeth.
Megadeth.
You know, he's the pro on
Yeah, Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys.
Boys.
Or New Kids on the Block. We got it wrong again. I don't know. Much colder than normal, and then that's a 6 to 10 day outlook. So this is setting the stage for severe weather, but you see what's coming down the pipe. Look to the west. Much colder than normal.
And watch what happens 8 to 14 days.
Heated roads. That would be cool. All right. So there's the wetter than normal. Look at that weather pattern.
Oh.
So that's the severe weather potential, which, by the way, they're going to get crushed. It's humidity increasing. It's not smoke. That's for sure. Definitely not smoke. You said the word pivot. I know. I said it as a kind of in haste. And then, look at this.
Here it comes.
We're taking the warmer than normal and
where
slide
that goes
that
to.
east. And now we've got traffic on the west coast, which of course means some colder weather. And look at that. That's colder than normal. Now, what will the precip show? Probably equal chances. Still, though.
It's marching that way.
Yep.
It's marching that way.
And that, by the way, is the third week in December or second week in December.
We're getting closer and closer to the 24th and 25th.
Sulfur in the atmosphere from the volcano.
From
Is that the
from
Hawaii
Big Island?
The Hawaii volcano? I don't know. I know there was a volcano in. Hello. Vacuum. That might be our cue.
That's a volcano.
That's
a
kinda-
volcano.
That's kind of like what is that? That's kind of like when you have the end of you're doing a speech for an award show and they
Yeah.
start playing you out with the music. So more concerned about ice in the longer range due to how the cold air has been pretty shallow so far. We are due for an icing event. Yes, and with the positively tilted troughs, that's definitely a possibility. I got you. Megadeth, he's talking about the smoke.
Yeah.
Swing bullets. Hello, me. It's me again.
Enraged my mind.
Yeah, it's smoke. Yep, exactly. That's angry again.
Angry again.
Angry again. Hey, let's check out some of those. Yeah, see the fog's starting to clear out a little bit. And you know why? The front's dropping south. Let's see if the front. What happened there? Someone made a boo-boo. Was it right?
It was right before.
Oh, there it is.
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
See the clouds starting to lower.
I know why it was, but I'm not going to say it.
Why?
CEOX.
Oh,
Internet.
no, that one's not working for sure. Let's see. Oh, look at the fog in Huntsville. Me and me agree. Me agree. Megadeth's amazing. Love Megadeth. You won't get it until you see my video. All right, I'll check out the video. We'll have to look at it. Okay, guys, that about wraps it up. Wow, we say awesome. All right, guys, that is going to cover it. Let's check out the 4-panel snow forecast. And let's see.
We're
what
playing
got.
graphics roulette.
Nothing, and nothing. So,
Where does snow go?
European shows nothing. The GFS shows nothing.
Bust.
And the NAM
Bust.
shows nothing.
Bust.
But seriously, check out this system diving in. So there's that positively tilted trough that brings all our rain tomorrow. Then it swings out.
Then we get negative.
And then if this system flings in as expected, we could have a negatively tilted trough. All right, guys. I will catch you later. Josh, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
And we'll see what happens. And Saturn, you sing New Kids on the Block proudly.
Yes. Rock on.
Thank you, Deanna. I appreciate it. All right. Bye-bye. We'll see you guys later. Tennessee whiskey has been okay. Wait, I gotta think. I love Chris rendition's best.
Chris Stapleton. He is good.
So true. So true. But used to spend my nights out in a bar room. Liquor was the only love I've known. But you rescued me from reaching for the bottom. Brought me back. Being too far gone. Yeah, Chris Stapleton can sing, man.
The GOAT.
'Cause you were smooth. It's Tennessee whiskey. You're a sweet strawberry wine. You're as warm as glass of brandy. All right, see you
Again,
guys.
Chris Stapleton, MC.
Honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Wait a minute. Hold up.
Psych. I have to do one thing. I haven't done this yet. I have to test this out. It's my microphone because if we do have severe weather, I wanted to test this out tonight
Yes.
and see if this works. Although maybe I lost all of you now. After that singing. So let's see if this works. I'm going to step over at the wall. Please tell me if you, in fact, do have audio.
I need to switch it though, right?
Check. Yes. Go
Switch.
ahead and flip it to,
2 line.
yep, line 2.
Line 2. Black Magic Audio.
Line in to Black Audio. Okay. And then you got to flip it to PCR.
Okay.
First of all, are you hearing audio right now? I don't think you are, but now you are. Check. Mic check. Mic. Just let me know as soon as you can hear me.
We're 30 minutes to hump day.
Sounds great. Okay, so I'm going to go over here to the wall. And so now, Josh, don't talk just to make sure it's not the other mic. So here I am at the wall. We're doing severe weather coverage. We got a vacuum in the background. Let me know if people can still hear this. We're just testing out the stream. We're testing out something.
Deanna says sound good.
Sounds good. All right. Well then,
Sounds great.
so then it's working. Now go back to real quick. Go to webcam full. Can you still hear my audio, or do you just hear nothing right now? Let me know if you hear anything at this point. Do you hear anything? Is there any audio right now, or did it drop off? I bet you it dropped off because we don't have the right audio source and we don't have it routed in there. Oh, you can still hear. Okay. Well, that's cool. Then you don't have to worry about flipping it to the new source. Audio is still going.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
All right. Well, cool. That's all we needed.
All right.
Now you guys can leave.
Class dismissed.
Class dismissed. See you guys.
Go Hogs.